Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review and recap for Weblyfe Season 2, Episode 2. It's called 6 Feet of Separation. Why does it say starring Rico Cassadine? What the hell is going on? Oh, Jesus. What the hell is going on between the sheets? Okay, let's just get into it. Okay, so Paul Zerini, let's stop here. We fresh into the episode. We maybe 5 minutes in. Carl is at his little studio session. You know, Messy best friend is laying down tracks. Apparently our favorite Jamar84 is making a guest appearance on this episode because he's laying down a hook for whatever the song is that Carl is doing. Sorry, when you need your old lady glasses to see the screen, you forget to take them off while you're doing other things. Okay, so there's this young man there whose name is Benjamin. I guess he's a friend of Carl. He's hanging out in the stew with them, with Carl, Tramiel, and Jamar. Carl says that he went to show Jamar Benjamin's IG, and then he went to show Tramiel Benjamin's IG, and Tramiel couldn't see it because Benjamin has him blocked. Why do you have him blocked, beloved? That's the question. And Carl, being our messy best friend, who's not going to take any slice or half steps with his best friend, Tramiel, is like, the air is thick in here, and me being who I am, I'm just not going to allow blah, 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 blah. And boom, now he's like, why you blocking? Okay, so Benjamin has this long, convoluted answer as to why he has Tramiel blocked. Apparently, he was a mutual of his ex, and he said that he blocked all of the mutuals with his ex because he knew one of them was running back to the ex, telling all of his business back to the ex, even though they're not together anymore. So to be on the safe side, anybody who was a mutual of the ex, he blocked. And so I feel like Carl and Tramiel may not wholly believe the baby's story, but that's the story that he gave. And then Tramiel was like, he was like, oh, and I'll unblock you. And Tramiel was like, no, I'll keep you blocked. No, you haven't blocked this long. It don't even matter. I like, you're fine. I said, ooh, no, not keep me blocked. No. Fix it, God. As only you know how. I would just like to say, if I was in said studio, I would be Jamar and just minding my fucking business, because clearly this has nothing to do with me. Clearly this has nothing to do with me. Okay? So I'm just going to be here on my phone minding my good black business, because y'all niggas got some more other shit. Done. Over. Canceled. Cancel Christmas. Okay, so after we leave the studio, we go to Larry's house. Stacy B and Scott Nicole, who are trans male and trans female, they are coming to his house to chat with him after, they came to help for his rally for his run for city council. And, they just wanted to have a conversation with him to see where he stands on the issues that are important to them, like trans visibility. Sky tells Larry about a time she was in a nightclub and she went to the women's restroom. She's fully female presenting. I'm not sure how this got brought up or how she got clocked or whatever, but security came in, asked to see her ID. Her gender identifying marker on her ID had not been changed to female. It still said male, and they told her she had to use the men's restroom. But she's fully female presenting, so how are you going to send a fully presenting female into the men's restroom? They need a unisex bathroom in the club. That's what they need. Or a bathroom a unisex bathroom that anybody can use. Maybe it's just one stall where you can go in and have privacy and close the door or whatever. But she was like, that was unsafe for me. And, if she had gone into that men's bathroom, anything could have happened. Anything could have happened to her. She could have been raped, beat up, killed, assaulted. Any type of thing could have happened to her had she did that. And so when she said, y'all are wrong, I'm not doing that, security put her out of the club, and the police were outside, and the police said that there was nothing that they could do. So they were just going over the issues. And so Larry wants to set up like a meet and greet, and have Stacy and I guess Sky Nicole host it and invite people of the trans community to come in and talk to him, so he can get a good gauge of what are the most pressing issues for the community, how he as a city council member can meet those needs and help facilitate whatever needs to happen, which was really good. Because I lost my train of thought. It was a good representation for Larry in his run for city council. Stacey B says after the talk, he feels like that he's not just a bullshit politician, and that he's really open to listening, because some people who will, play the game just to get into office, and then once they get there, then they really like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna just do what serves me, even though they needed their community to help them get into the position that they are. So it's good to know that Larry actually cares about his community. Sorry. This is such a fast change. It gave me whiplash. It went from the sublime to the absolutely ridiculous. So we now with Carl, and he done brought Benjamin and Tony because Mustang. Okay, so Carl has invited Anthony and Benjamin to see Mustang perform. He said something about he knows somebody who likes to see dick and ass, so he I'm sorry, he invited Tony in. So Carl is in the back talking to Mustang right before the show starts, and he was like, oh, we having a pool party on this day, so if you're not doing anything, you can come to that. Also, I have a music video, and I would like you to come. If you're not doing anything that day, yeah, come on through. Blah, bloom, blue, blue. And so Tony and Benjamin come in, and it's like, oh, have you met Mustang? And he goes to shake their hands and stuff, and calling him Tony, Anthony, says to Mustang, oh, are you ready for tonight? He was like, yeah, it's been a while. I'm a little. So Mustang starts to pop his pecs like Terry Crews. And that thing touched Anthony down in his spirit, because that baby started to clutch his baby. I don't know why that thing tickled me. Jesus. I said, oh, okay. Well, all right then. Oh, well, all right. Okay, Mr. Mustang, we see you. We see you. Okay. I'm trying to concentrate on the conversation that Carl are having, because Mustang's real name is Carl. So I'm going to just say Carl and Mustang. That Carl and Mustang are trying to have. But it's very distracting. Where there is a dark chocolate muscular baby in the back lubing himself up. All he got on is some strappy straps, and like a sleeve. I don't know anything that Carl and Mustang said, because this baby is oiling his body down so he could go out on stage right behind. Like, why would you do? You didn't want us to hear anything they fucking said, because I'm done. Oh, I'm a heathen. Listen, so, good to see you out there on the stage, Carl. Grab your whole friends and exit left. Then Mustang is talking about, I'm a very spiritual person. I pray before I go out, and all this. He's talking about his lovely relationship with the Lord, and all I can see, because they have him superimposed over top of the screen, because everything is blurred out, because there's so much dick and balls hanging out in this dressing room. They had to blur out. Baby. So Benjamin is stuck like glue. Now that Mustang ain't got no clothes on, and sitting there half naked. Benjamin is having the most intense. He all in that man, all in his aura. And I turn around, and Anthony is hugged up with some little boy in dress. What are the other dancers? Oh, so y'all determined to get some. Okay, all right, get your back beat down. I'm not mad at it. Okay, cool. Well, all right then. Okay, so we then proceed to see Mustang put on his show, and he starts with like a full like security guard uniform, and then he ends up completely naked. I didn't know they was giving it up like that, but okay, fine. And then Tony says, well, he not giving that much in the face. Tony is really, really, truly talk about somebody's face and what their face look like, and they just giving body. He not much to look at in the face. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I don't know what he's beholding, but when he looks in the mirror. But I don't, beloved, I don't believe you don't have but an inch of room to talk. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep moving on. Okay. In the immortal words of YB is the same. I'm trying to get through the minutiae of all of this, because Tony is starting to wear deeply onto my nerves. He seems to be trying to compete for Messi's best friend with Carl, and you can't compete where you don't compare, and you doing a lot to seems like to have a moment and to be that girl, and it's giving very much trying too hard. You have a lot to say about everybody, but you never saying nothing nice. You talked about one boy that was like, oh, we should go to his stop. You talk dirt about the boy, and then was like, oh, we should go to his shop and get some swimsuit. He's starting to tap dance on my nerves. And as for Benjamin is under the delusion that he is the Cynthia Bailey of this situation. Who said that to you? Who told you that? I guess be who you are for pride. Don't hide. You got a cute little two-step in this walking in this runway, and he said he was trying to get away from fashion and get back into music, but decided to do this walk this fashion show anyway, because he need exposure. So good on you, beloved. Do what you gotta do. Father, this is giving me a headache already. Child, so we had this pool party, right? So Rico's having a little pool party at his apartment complex, his pool or condo, wherever it is. Okay, so Mustang came by, but he couldn't stay because he had to go film something for BET. And so right now it is Carl, Rico, Benjamin, and Tony. Tony got shade for everybody. He mad that, listen, the best part of this whole shit was he was standing at the table with Tramiel and someone else, and he's complaining that there's no sides. They was like, yeah, it's rice in this thing, there's a rice ball right there, and he was like, it's just meat and no sides. And one of the guys, and Tramiel was like, you complaining about sides, really? And the boy standing next to Tramiel said, talk about, hey, you don't like no sides, but you like side niggas. Ooh! Baby! Okay, so they all sitting on the little cabana chair thingy, and the drinks are being poured and stuff, and They talk about where everybody else is, and when Rico mentions that Mustang had to leave to go film for BET, Tony talk about some. Is he filming for BET or BT? I think it's the app. It's the app. Ain't nobody watching BET Plus. That's a lie. Tons of people are watching it. What are you on? Whose app are you on? Besides this one. Who looking at you? Who featuring you? What do you do successfully? Quickly, tell me. So, are we taking bets on somebody punching Tony in the face? Who's taking? Because I got 5 on it. Who? So you a guest at somebody's party, and so first you throwing insults at the host all day about the food when you were late to a function, and then you try and get a tit for tat with the host, trying to one up, I guess, and then you turn the conversation in the midst of a tit for tat. You turn the conversation to Carl to say, I never thanked you for coming to get me about that situation that I was in. And blase bloom blue to blue. Apparently you were in an abusive relationship. And I am so glad that you are not in it anymore. But Rico starts to talk about, yeah, he understands because he was in a abusive relationship. So Rico then starts to talk about, he had to learn. What he was saying was after he's been single for 12 years. And Tony like, well, why did you ain't got over it yet? First of all, you can't put your timetable on anyone's healing. Let's start there. Secondly, Rico was saying, well, I had to learn first who I was as a person. And why did I keep putting myself back into that type of situation? I had to, because he was the common denominator in all of it. He kept choosing these people. So he had to figure out what was the issue in him that felt that this was okay for him to accept in relationships and fix that. So he kind of figuring out his worth and knowing his worth and not accepting less, not settling for less because you don't think you deserve more than what these niggas is willing to give you. Now Tony flipping ass talking about Rico says, what did you learn from this situation? He was like, well, clearly I learned I got my body snatched and I look good and da 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 da. Okay, so clearly you learned nothing. And then you say you got to watch what you say and watch how you do so you don't come off. That means that you are still pre-programmed by whoever you was in that relationship with. Because unless you was full out swinging on a nigga and showing your whole ass, which could be the case. I do not know. But even in that, no one should be putting their hands on you. Even though I advocate somebody for punching you in your face because you acting real unsavory right now. But